What is the scope of E under the E of ESG? The E landscape covers a range of topics, including greenhouse gas, GHG, emissions, air quality, energy management, fuel management, water and wastewater management, waste and hazardous materials management, and ecological impacts. Greenhouse gas emissions are a key concern for companies and investors, as they contribute to climate change. Companies are increasingly seeking to reduce their emissions through a range of strategies, including increasing energy efficiency, switching to renewable energy sources, and implementing carbon capture and storage technologies. Air quality is another important consideration, particularly for companies operating in urban areas or industries with significant air pollution impacts. Companies can take steps to reduce their emissions of harmful air pollutants, such as particulate matter and nitrogen oxides, by implementing best practices for industrial processes and transportation. Energy management is critical for companies seeking to reduce their environmental impact and save costs. By implementing energy efficiency measures, such as upgrading lighting and HVAC systems, companies can reduce their energy use and associated costs. Fuel management is another important consideration, particularly for companies in the transportation sector. By adopting more fuel-efficient vehicles and technologies, companies can reduce their fuel consumption and associated GHG emissions. Water and wastewater management is essential for companies operating in water-stressed regions or industries with significant water requirements. Companies can reduce their water use and wastewater discharge by implementing water-efficient technologies and practices. Waste and hazardous materials management is critical for companies seeking to reduce their environmental impact and comply with regulatory requirements. Companies can reduce their waste generation and hazardous materials use by implementing waste reduction strategies and adopting best practices for hazardous materials management. Finally, ecological impacts are a critical consideration for companies operating in sensitive environments, such as forests, wetlands, and coral reefs. Companies can reduce their ecological impact by implementing sustainable land use practices and minimizing their environmental footprint. You are invited to reach out to us at www.dynamos.com to discuss tactics for mitigating risks linked to environmental impact and climate change.